Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, October 17th of 2021. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Today's topic is an overview look at what is needed to live in a world of peace, in the new era of peace that is being ushered in, that we are moving into. It is the cosmic evolution. We're going there, like it or not, and I think we like it. You say like it or not, but my goodness, I believe, especially the people who gather here, are all looking forward to the era of peace. This is, we hear all of this talk about the vibration is increasing, the frequencies are increasing, the vibration is getting higher. And what does that really mean? What does that really mean? There are things of the high vibrations that we think of as the positive, the love and the light and all of that kind of things. And the things of the lower vibrations, the more dense, the negative, the harsh, the things that we don't like so much. And as the frequency of our overall environment, our overall cosmic environment is increasing, these things of the lower vibrations don't have a place here anymore. And as we are moving more and more into this era of peace, of unconditional love, of compassion, of the higher light, becoming closer to living in the soul realms and closer to God, the God consciousness. Think about what that means. As we move closer and closer to that, we're moving farther and farther away from those things that take us out of our happy place, that cause disharmony in our world, that make us cringe, that make us just feel the pain of the separation, right? What's the opposite of love? Is the separation from love, the pain of feeling that separateness. It's not hate. It's the pain of feeling the separateness, the separation. So as we release that whole concept of being separate, because in reality we're not separate, so as we release that whole concept of being separate and we realize ourselves as one with the all that is and an emanation of God consciousness embodied in a material realm, as we recognize and realize that more and more, we let go and release a lot of the old stuff that's been a part of our human template since we were born into this material realm and living on this planet. We're a part of this cosmic soup, and our memories, our belief patterns, our systems have been integrated into that soup, and our beliefs and just systematic ways of being have been templated by the beliefs of that soup. But the soup, the whole cosmic soup, is changing and evolving. And so we're going, like it or not, and I think we like it. And it's going to help us to go more peacefully, harmoniously, and really lead the way for the planetary shift if we do the work and be the change now. So that is what today is about. I'm going to talk about a book that I went to a writing retreat earlier this year, around May, I think it was, and we went into a meditation and asked, is there a book that wants to come through? What is that book? What does it want to say? And then open up the floodgates and let it flow. And I had, over the course of 2 days, 37 questions and answers that came through about things for us to explore as we move into the era of peace. And so today I'm going to share an overview of what came through and take us through a process to this generally, and of course this is very much in line with what we do all the time anyway, but it's going to be more geared toward, of the 37 questions, I grouped them into 5 topics. So I'm going to give you an overview of what those topics are, and then as the weeks come, we'll get a little more specific into the 5 general topics. So we won't drill down all the way, I don't believe, but we'll get into to what the 5 topics are. Okay, so let's go ahead and come into our prayer and healing circle, our meditation and healing circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. And let's really land into the circle. And bring all of your senses, and bring your heart, and bring all of your body to face into the center of our circle. And let's just take some deep breaths together as we call on our source, the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And just call directly. Call directly on your source, your highest power, your healers, helpers, guides, all who are here to support your evolution. You're on this planet at this time for a reason, and we have an opportunity to realize an immense beauty that only the depth of the heart can comprehend. And there are a lot of beings here in the unseen realms who can help to guide you. So call on your guides, your healers, your helpers, your teachers. Call on the saints, the prophets, the perfected ones, and call on your source. And call directly and ask for their help, ask for their support. And let's just ask now for that divine light. We'll go back to that. Ask for the divine light, the pure light that purifies and illuminates, purifies that which covers over the truth and dissipates that, and illuminates that which is divine truth, the truth of the pure divine light. Let's call on that pure divine light and imagine this streaming into the center of our circle, filling our virtual space with pure divine light. And as this streams into the center of our circle, filling all of our space with this pure divine light, just let your being meet this light and let this light radiate out to meet your being, to meet your eyes, to meet your ears, your mouth, your nose, your throat, your heart, your belly. Just let everything be met with this pure divine light. And let yourself imagine your body like a sponge, and let the sponge draw in this vibration of pure divine light. Draw it into your body. Let it penetrate through your skin and into your pores and into your heart and through all of your senses, and breathe it in. Let it come into your body with this vibration of pure divine light. Resonate through your energy body, in your whole body, your physical energy, mental, emotional, everything is energy. So let this light travel through and vibrate into every cell. Vibrate pure divine light into every cell of your body and make an invitation to the cells of your body. Calling on all of the cells of your body to open and receive this vibration of pure divine light. And really let it in. Let this purifying light, let it purify that which is not your original divine essence. And it's all your original divine essence to some extent, right? But that which is not of the highest vibration, let that be just cleansed and purified from your cells. And that which is the pure divine light within you, let that be illuminated, activated, and strengthened. Just allow this pure divine light to radiate throughout your entire body, to every cell, and all the way into your core. All the way into your core. And breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. And let yourself take it in all the way into your core. And as you exhale, just relax and release and let go. Just imagine blowing out any of that, the ashes of what's being burnt away by that pure divine light, by the flame itself. And inhale, draw that light all the way into the core of your body. That vertical core that runs through the top of your head, all the way through along the front of your spine, and all the way through your base and into your hips, all the way through your legs and your feet and into the earth. And let this core that runs through the center of your body, just let yourself kind of lean into that core. Really inhale all of your energy into your core, and as you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvis, your hips, and lean back into your spine. And let this vibration come all the way into that core. Let that vibration radiate through your core and illuminate and activate the pure divine light within you. Let yourself be embodied and present with your own embodiment, the embodiment of the light within you that lives in this human form. Be the light right here and right now. You don't need to leave the body or leave this plane to be the light. Be the light here and now in form. Inhaling that in, and exhale, drop down and land into your hips. And bring your heart center to face to the center of our circle. And together, again, let's call on our source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your unconditional love. Unconditional love. Just feel this vibration of pure, unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle. This is a love that heals, a love that holds, a love that contains, a love that accepts, a love that believes in you and loves you and knows you as love itself. No separation from the love that we call on. And let your heart center meet this vibration of unconditional love, and let your breath breathe through your heart center like your heart center is a breathing portal. And inhale in this vibration of pure, unconditional love. Inhale that in through your heart center and let it travel through your heart all the way into the core of your body. Just pouring that unconditional love through your heart center and into your core, filling up your core of pure divine light, filling it up with unconditional love. As you let that stream in through your heart center, just feel your heart being softened. And as you exhale, let any of the constriction release, let it go. Inhale, draw that pure divine light and unconditional love in through your heart. And as you exhale, relax and release and let that go. Let it go. And again, inhale, draw in that vibration of pure divine light and unconditional love. And as you exhale, relax and release and let that go. Let it go. Let the tension go. Let the constriction go as best you can. And let that love flow through your heart and into the core of your body, filling all of you with love. Allow yourself to be loved by this unconditional love. Human beings put conditions on love. Love is unconditional. Just notice any of those places where you are holding conditions on whether or not you can let this love in for any reason. Whether or not this love would want to come in for any reason. Just notice those places of constriction in your body. You don't have to force them to change in this moment. Just notice them. And notice how the love surrounds them. Even if they hold their blocks and barriers in place. Even if they're holding up a wall and not letting the love in. That's okay. The love can still surround the wall and surround everything. And just let all of that constriction, just let it rest into that ocean of love that surrounds it and be held, walls and all. Walls and all. It's okay. And just take another full and gentle breath, breathing into your heart center, breathing through your throat and into your chest, and breathing all the way into your core. And as you exhale, land again in your hips, in your belly. Feel the presence of your belly here. As is, no conditions. And invite your belly to be present. Invite your belly to join us, facing into the circle. And as we come together one more time in the center, we stay together, God willing. Let's again call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And this is the compassion that is the compassion, the womb that holds the entirety of our existence, of the entire creation, of the entire cosmic existence, is held within a womb of eternal compassion. This compassion is the bridge between the worlds. It is the first emanation from God consciousness. Compassion is also what turns our hearts from separation into a state of oneness, of love, of connection, of unity. Compassion is a most powerful form, a most powerful force that can take us out of our separation and our pain of separation and return us to that oneness with the all that is. Breathe in that pure divine light, the unconditional love and the eternal compassion. Breathe it in through your heart center, all the way into your core. And as you exhale, just let it fill your core and let your conscious body drop down and really land into your physical space. Let this vibration of pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion fill your entire physical existence, your physical and energetic space. Let that be filled and resonate with this vibration of pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion. Let your frequencies come to match those frequencies. And it's an allowing. It's not something you have to do. It's a letting go and allowing. And feel the vibration within you. You be the light, be the love, be the compassion that you wish to see in the world right here and now in your body. Right here and now in your body. In your body, connected to your consciousness, connected to your form. We have a lot of vibrations contained within us, a lot of different frequencies moving through our body consciousness, our body mind, and through our hearts. And some of it we have taken for granted for so long, as this is the way it is. We've taken that for granted for so long that we just feel like this is normal. It has become normal. And we've forgotten what the pure vibration of love and light feels like. That's why we spend so much time on that vibration of love and light and compassion every week. We need to remind ourselves over and over and over and over again what that feels like, because it's easy to forget when we're immersed in this soup of the material realm and we feel those vibrations that are a part of our worldly existence. And so there are a lot of things across the board that will be shifting as we move into this era of peace. And it calls for us to let go of our old ways of thinking and believing and understanding love and make space for new ways to emerge. It calls for us to really dive in and explore some of the things that we've held as belief systems and ways of living, ways of thinking, ways of being that don't fit in with the new era of peace. I talk a lot about the food system as one of them. And yes, that's one of them. And there are several that came through in this book. As I said, 37 questions, and I grouped them into 5 categories. So we'll go through the categories one by one. And I want to invite you, as we go through, since this is a healing meditation, I want to invite you to just ask for revelation, ask for illumination as to anything you may be carrying in these 5 categories that may need to be released in order for you in order for your vibration to continue to shift and for you to peacefully evolve and harmoniously evolve into this era of peace. And I'd rather just see what comes up for you than tell you my pieces, I guess, if that makes sense. Because the questions, and I'll read this from something that came through in the book. The question is relevant only to the extent that it guides you to explore and find the doorway through which you can return from your current state to the pathway that guides you home, to your inner garden of knowledge, of beauty, of sacred art, of your soul's divine mother, the reality that your heart seeks to know through its experience, through touching, tasting, ingesting, and materializing the divine fruit of the sacred garden of life as it originated from sacred source. So as you let this unconditional love flow through your heart, and this pure divine light illuminating for you your own truth, your own consciousness, your own fruits from your own garden, the fruits of your garden that bring you into communion with the source of divine existence, the harmonious existence that flows with the original natural rhythms of existence itself. Can you imagine, feel what it would feel like to live in that flow and still be in body and still be on earth? And let yourself tap in and touch into that inner beauty, that inner garden. And breathe into your heart. And see if you can kind of float in that space as a witness, as an observer. The first category is about sustainability and world peace. I'll pose a general question. Can you imagine living in a world where there is only peace, no fighting, no hatred, no prejudice, no wars, no hunger, no one living in lack, in poverty, people having what they need in terms of food, water, clean air, shelter, clothing, and everyone helping each other to have what we need so that the entire world can live in peace. Loving, sharing, caring, compassion. And as you sit in resting into your heart in witnessing. Just notice anything that comes up that doesn't want to resonate in that vibration of compassion and love and peace. Any belief systems, any yeah buts, anything that says, well, this can't happen because, just witness them, and just let this vibration of love and compassion and peace, love, compassion, peace, and divine light, just let that vibration anchor at your core, and any of those things that come up, if they're ready to go, just let them go. Kind of like you're in one frequency and you're resting in that frequency. And these other things are becoming illuminated and floating past your projector screen, if you will. And you see them, and they can just float on by. Let them float on by and release and move out. And ask for the divine light to illuminate the truth within you and replace those places of yeah buts and the doubts and the well, but it has to be this way, or this is the way it is. It's all we know, or people can't change. Any of that, just let that pure divine light resonate into those spaces that are being evacuated. And let that pure divine light illuminate the truth, and let the divine truth emerge and fill the space within you. Let the divine truth. There's a divine name, two divine names, Al-Haq, Al-Mubin, the clear truth. Al-Haq, which is H-A-Q-Q, Haq. It is the truth. Al-Mubin, and that's M as in Mary, U-B as in boy, E-E-N as in Nancy, Mubin, is the clear, the clarity. Al-Haq, Al-Mubin. Al-Haq, Al-Mubin is calling on that divine assistance of Al-Haq, Al-Mubin to call forth the clear truth, and let that take hold in your being, in your body, in your energy body, in your mind, your mental space, your emotional space, your heart. Al-Haq, Al-Mubin. What needs to shift as we move into the era of sustainability and world peace? No hunger, no lack. And I'll tell you, one of the questions that came through was, is it possible to end world hunger? Can the planet really support all of the life that is here? And the answer to that is yes. That the planet was created with more than enough for everyone. There is enough. What we need to do is stop the greed. The system that thrives on greed is crumbling. Humans do not own the earth. It was created to provide for all of creation, not to be bought and sold, not to be hoarded by the greedy, or to be used for profit and destroyed by those who seek to dominate and control. The people cannot control what God has created. God's creation, the natural existence, and its harmonious rhythms will prevail. God provides for the needy where humanity fails itself. Just like the human body will do what it needs to do to balance itself and create homeostasis, so will God's creation. And it said, this is my body will correct itself through homeostasis for balance, health, sustainability, and survival. The disharmony and dis-ease that we have experienced, they're all warnings or symptoms of being out of rhythm with nature. They're signs that we need to correct the way we've been living. And it says the warnings have been sent. All of the signs are there. Read the signs. My body, the cosmic body, is returning to itself. This is the cosmic body healing journey. And it will no longer allow the sickness to overtake the cosmic body. It is returning. The planet is returning. The people can also return, and it's up to us. We do have choice. We've been given free will, and we have choice. If we choose to return, this is the return. Letting go of all of those systems that have been built on greed, on fear, on the fear of lack, on the feelings of not enough. All of those get to go away. We get to be freed from them and to live in the vibration of enough. There is enough. We have what is sufficient to sustain all life and feed all life forms on the planet. And we can survive this if we let go now of the things that we don't need. If we let go of the things that maybe are more than we need. If we have more than we need, we can share what we have. Or we can, our world has so much waste right now. And so imagine, if you will, a world where we are not wasting. Where can you cut back to reduce the waste? Or continue with your purchasing, if you can afford it, and then share with others who cannot. Or begin bartering. And I have a vision for a barter system that came through many years ago, before I even began my Sufi studies. And it's coming back around. But you can always start a local, Nextdoor app is fabulous for that. Start a local barter system where we're keeping things local and interacting with our neighbors and helping each other out and utilizing resources that we have that are close to home, rather than continue to consume and use up the resources of the earth unnecessarily and waste. So let's breathe with that. Breathe with that. And just let any of those vibrations, those energies, those patternings of things that are a part of the way it the way it's been, that don't fit into the way we're moving into, the way of peace and sustainability and enough for all, sufficiency. Peace, sustainability, and sufficiency. And breathing in that pure divine light and unconditional love and peace, the vibration of pure peace. Breathe that into your core. And as you exhale, just release any of the patterns and templates of the way it is. And I can't leave this topic without just saying one more time about our animal agriculture and how wasteful it is and harmful it is and how much trauma is perpetuated from that system and resonates into the cosmic soup. So if you're a part of that system, I encourage you to let that go and disconnect from the frequencies of that system. And don't allow them to be a part of your body. Don't allow them to be a part of your cosmic soup of the world. This is one that is crumbling. Its foundations all have to go as we move into the era of peace. There's so much social injustice and inequality and cruelty and greed in that system, and it causes so much sickness in our bodies and in our environment and in our world. And that's one that has to go. Has to go. So any places in you, and I'll say that places that, according to your divine wisdom, the places that have to let that go, or the places that are attached to that unnecessarily, let me say that. The places that are attached to those systems unnecessarily, just let the light shine on those places and let the love come in and just fill those places and let the divine truth from within move through and open and take hold in those places and emanate from those places to fill all of your space with this vibration of divine truth, clear truth, al-haq al-mubin. Inhale and release and let that go. I want to mention the other topics as well. The second topic is about gender identity, gender roles, family, relationships, family, parenting, and children. I'll put all of those into one category. And the truth is, on this one, I'll give just a general overview of this one as well. God has no gender. The soul is gender fluid. The soul can come in as any gender. Our identities with self and with what it means to be in a female body or a male body, what it means to, what we have to identify in society if we're in one body or another body, all of that is getting left behind as well as we're living more and more closely aligned with soul and with source. What is most important is to know yourself and to be the love and live the love that you are. It doesn't matter what body you're in, and who you love and what body they're in doesn't matter either. Love is love. The truth is, as in any relationship, to know yourself, to know who you are, to know what attracts you, to know what you love, And when you see that in another, to let that attraction between you, that love that is between you, let that create the bond of family. And we need not worry about whether or not we're going to have enough male, female partners in the world that will have children. We will have plenty, and we have more than enough children in the world, and there are many children who need homes. So if people come together in loving relationships and they form a bond, and that bond forms a family, there are plenty of children that are in need to be taken care of, that can be adopted and form a family. Know yourself, know who you are, get to know others, and let the love attract you, and the attraction and the love create the bond create the family, care for the children in need. And our attachment to identity with the physical body, and whether a female's supposed to be this way and a male's supposed to be that way, and the women are supposed to do these things and men are supposed to do these things, that's all going away. It's all going away. Just know yourself and be that. It doesn't matter what it aligns with or identifies with. Know yourself and be that. So anything around that wants to come up and be purified, can let that light, and we'll keep it general right now. We'll get into more specifics on all of these later. For time's sake right now, I'm going to go a little faster. But anything that wants to come up as you let that divine light shine on those places in you that hold the attachments to the way things are and the way they've been. Just let that light shine on those places. Let that unconditional love come in. Those places are of the old patterning are ready to release. Let them go. And let that light shine on the illuminated truth from within you, and let that radiate out and emanate out to fill that space, to fill yourself with Al-Haq Al-Mubin, the divine truth, the clear truth. The next category was about disease and pain and healing, the physical, mental, and emotional disease, pain, and healing. All about the things we talk about on a regular basis. Loss, grief, loneliness, forgiveness, shame, all of those things, being understood, being known, all of those things. You know, as we're living in this era of peace, it doesn't mean that we won't feel and experience our emotions, but our attachment to emotions and attachment to situations and stories, all of that will be relieving. We'll be relieved from that, so we can flow through our experiences and relish in the experiences that we have with ease and with grace, and without the attachments that keep us stuck and keep us taking on the hardship and holding it in our bodies. A question came up about eradicating disease. Is it possible? And the answer on that one, generally speaking, was a no. There will be less, because when we live more in harmony, there will be less disease of all kinds, but there will still be some disease because there are things that we need to experience and ways for us to leave the planet, because we will still have to leave the body. So there will still be some. So again, any of your pictures or patterns around that want to come up and be released, just let them be illuminated by the divine light. Let them be purified. Let the unconditional love come in and fill that space. And let your own illuminated wisdom come forward and fill the space that is being evacuated as these old patternings are clearing out and old energies are clearing out. On the next category was on purpose and passion. Living purpose and passion. Our sensitivity, our desires, knowing the difference between what's right and wrong, what's the right thing for me, what's the right direction, what's the wrong thing. Am I doing what's being asked of me? All of this is going to become more clear as well. And, you know, there is that Rumi poem that says, out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field, I'll meet you there. We're going to that field. We're going to that field where it's not so much about right and wrong, it's about love. And it's always been about love. Love, compassion, kindness, helping each other, supporting each other, living in love and in peace. And the fifth of the 5 topics was about spirituality and unity, about being, about really coming into that proximity with Source, to know your Source and to dissolve into the ocean of one love, to dissolve into the ocean of love and peace and compassion and mercy and freedom. That freedom. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. So take a deep breath. Breathe into your heart. Breathe the light, the love, and the compassion right into the depth of your heart. Feel it. Feel it move through your heart. Our desire for love and compassion, our desire for peace, is very much aligned with, in harmony with, if not the same as, our desire to be one with our Source. That desire to dissolve into the ocean of love. And we are still human. We are all, as my teacher used to say, I heard him say this, I know I did. We are all cells of one body. And I feel this. This is why I repeat it so much. I feel it. We are all cells of one body, one cosmic divine body. We are all cells of one body, and this body is healing and coming into homeostasis in its own journey, its own healing process. It is returning to homeostasis. This is where we will all live in harmonious support with each other. And all of the cells of this body will have a harmonious, supportive relationship with each other for the good of the whole. Just like in your individual body, when all of your cells are in harmony and supporting each other in its natural rhythms in the way that your body was intended, the whole of your body has health and vibrance and energy and more light, more passion, more purpose. Same is true for the cosmic body. The cosmic body is healing and coming into homeostasis, and we will all, as cells of the one body, live in harmony, where we love and support each other and live in peace. We can all begin now by being the peace, being the love, being the compassion, being the kindness, being the support, being that extended hand and that smile for each other, knowing that we are enough, we have enough, there is enough, and we can be the love and peace now. So take a moment and breathe that in, and just let your heart turn toward your source, the light of your source. Just imagine it right in front of you and all the way within you, and let the inner heart just bow in reverence and in gratitude. And imagine all of us as one body, living in harmony, in service to the whole. Amen. 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 Okay, breathe with that. Breathe with that. And I'm going to bring the recording to a close and open for the Q&A. If you're listening to the recording, you're welcome to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find information for joining the call at joyfullylivingwellness.com, joyfullylivingwellness.com. While you're there, pick up your copy of the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's a one sheet. It is just a reminder of who we are, what this world is about. And it comes with a 15-minute guided meditation that you can use on a daily basis to reconnect you with the light and the love and compassion that you are inside yourself, the illuminated wisdom from within you to be the light, love, compassion, and peace you wish to see in the world. And if there's anything that you need from me, any support, please reach out. There's also a place on my website where you can schedule a 30-minute breakthrough session. I'd be happy to get on a call with you and see if we're a fit to work together. If there's any way that I can support you to be the change you wish to be now. And with that, I'm ending the recording and opening for the Q&A. Thank you very much.